Morning guys, welcome back. This time, we're not on vacation and not seeing Christmas lights. I'm back in the shop. I had to clean it for the most part. This is eventually gonna, today go back up on the wall, but I decided since it's down, I wanted to somewhat showcase or slash review it. This is my Tapco. It's a 14. But it's not 14 feet. This is 10 and a half feet long. They have 10 and a half, they have a 12 and a half, and I believe they have a 14. Don't quote me on the 14, but I know they have a 12. And that's mainly for doing long fascia and everything else. This one I primarily got because when I do windows and doors, I didn't want to go to my local retailer to bend and have him bend or have me rent their machine. And so you know what, I do enough as far as windows and doors that this was a decent little investment for me. I haven't really used the other one, so I know there's the Van Mark. I haven't used that one. This one has a load of attachments that I didn't buy just because the purchase price was I got a deal on it, but I didn't buy any extras. So some of the other extras they have is they have a roller that attaches to this on the back side, and it'll roll across for cutting aluminum. Me, instead of buying that, which was I think $3 something, don't quote me on that, but I'm guessing about $3 something last time I looked at it. Instead of that, I just put the material in, clamp it down, take a knife, score cut it, because it is aluminum, so it's not going to wreck the blade, and then you just bend it halfway up and you kind of work it, and there you go. Quickness. If I was doing this full time, like this was my only thing that I did, then yeah, I'd probably end up getting the attachments. Another attachment they have is they have something that hooks on the end and it holds your roll. So anyone that knows capping and caps windows and doors, most of it comes in 100-foot rolls. And it's a pain in the ass, and I know I do it because I don't have the attachment. I put mine in the backyard, I let it roll out to however length I want, and I cut it with my snips. So that is handy. I'm thinking of building something myself that attaches to it, but again, time, I have other projects on the go, so this stays on the back burner for now. But this actually goes on my wall. If you ever watch any of my other videos, I have it hanging on the wall when I'm not using it, so it's not, because it takes a pretty big footprint out of the shop. And today is going to be working on vehicles, changing oil, stuff like that. So nothing. There's nothing big. I think it's, let me get a tape. The throat size, I think it's 14. Yeah, it's 14 and a half inch throat. So you can put 14 and a half inch material, but honestly, if you're gonna do that, just hang it out the end and have 14 and a half inches. You can work around stuff like that. Some other machines, I know some of the Van Marks, they have some deeper throats. You can put material in there a little further. Neither here nor there. A nice little feature is they give you diagrams. So if you have certain bends, and they have like the little Corby codes, so if you don't know how to bend it or you're questioning it, each code links to a YouTube channel they show you how to bend this. Now mind you, they do it in super speed, but it's handy. And it gives you diagrams here that you can kind of look through, and it's kind of neat. I like that kind of feature. I've never seen it where they put put you back up over there. Where they put you back up on there and give you all the different bends and everything else. I'm going to show you how to bend a simple one. It's pretty much for most windows, but it all depends on how your window is. Like, don't go strictly. It's all I'm going to do is end up bending around a 2x4. So it's going to be a U with another bend out of it I don't know the official term. I'm not, like I said, not a professional. So I do this every once in a while. I enjoy capping. I just don't want to do it all the time because carrying this around, she's not very light. Like, I can put it on the wall, but I will struggle to put it on the wall. Like, 2 people to put it on the wall is good. Like, to haul it around, it usually doesn't leave the shop. It honestly doesn't. These handles come out. So these handles come out and they put on either end. There's slots that they can go on either end. They got little clips, so that way you hear it just kind of slips. This clicks pretty easy. There's not much bad I can say about this. It does what it's supposed to do. It's very handy for do-it-yourselfers / professionals. I know a lot of people that carry this, and I was considering it too if I ever went on my own, so to speak, and I put it in a trailer, that this would hang in the trailer. But neither here nor there. So the easiest way to do this, so we have a typical 2x4. Now mind you, this is a rip out of a 2x12, but it's the same dimensions as a 2x4. So when I do this, so if we're gonna imagine this 2x4 being your window edging around your window, and you want to cap around this window and make this look nice. So you essentially want, so this side's gonna be going to your window. Like, it's gonna edge right next to your window. So you essentially want a double bend going in here for a nice clean fit. And then you come out, come over, come down, and then sometimes if you have the material or if you have the room to do it, you come out this way. Typically you only do that if you don't have any siding at all. So typically this end would go into your J, in behind your J. But I'll show you a quick little thing. It's, like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't do this all the time. So we're gonna, you know, just little stock. So all I do is flip it upside down, mark your 1/2 inch on both ends, so that way you're put it in, line it up, put it down, bend it all the way over, take it in, take it out, 2x4 hollow, put it in like this, and you squish it. And you have what's called a double bend. So it's bent right over and makes a nice rounded edge, so there's no sharpness, there's nothing like that. And then it's the other typical stop. This is how I do it. There's YouTube videos out there that describe how everyone else does it. This is the way I do it. You don't have to follow this. I'm just showing you how I do it. So this, put it in and you measure to 1.5 inches. And I usually just put a mark because as soon as I do the other side, it's going to move. It always moves. And you just line it back up. Lock her down, bend it 90 degrees. Take it back out. Now we're 3.5. Then you measure 3.5. Do your mark. .90 degrees. And then sometimes you'll have that where you have siding, where there's no siding and you can actually lip it underneath all of it and the J goes on top of it. It's a pain in the ass to take out, but it's way more protection as far as weatherproof. So if you don't have any siding on the house, this is the way I do it. You don't have to, but this is the way I do. So we're just doing the same thing. I'm gonna mark 1.5 inches. Yeah. And then you just flip it the other way. So you got the good side up, walk her down, bend her 90 degrees. There you go. So this is what your 2x4 goes in. Like so. So this would be your protection on your window. So this is your siding side, and this is your window side. You got your double edge right there, and that usually goes into the window slot. So you got slots on the side of the window. This goes into the slot, and then you put a nice little bead of caulking, and you're done. It's pretty simple. That's a simple bend. There are way more other complicated bends out there. Way more complicated. But again, different bends you have on here, or different situations you have all the diagrams on there. So all you gotta do is just kind of follow the diagrams. You're pretty good. Not much else I can say about this. It's one of my favorite tools. Like I said, I like capping. I like sitting there and just kind of go along. And sometimes you can have 4, 5, 6, 7 windows, measure them all out, and come in here with your diagrams. And that's what I do. I usually just put little diagrams. So I'll put little diagrams like this. I don't know if this shows up. Yeah, so little diagrams like this, and I'll do my measurements. So you got a 1/2 inch here, you got 1.5 inch here, you got a 3.5 here, your 1.5 inch back here, and then whatever's left over goes out that way. That's the way I do it. So this is my brake. I've been telling you I've been wanting to do it. I haven't tried the other brakes. I've seen them. I like them. This one was a good deal. This is brand new. Mind you, it's dusty. And I have no complaints on it. Other than it's awkward to lift. But look at the size of it. It's 10.5 feet long. So that's it from the shop. I'm going to put this back on a wall and work on some cars for a little bit. Just simple stuff. There is more stuff coming. I will start recording on my railing. So this is my railing glue up. You can see the glue up there. And I'm making a railing out of this. So that would be the last video in the stairs, because after the railing's up, that's it. The stairs are done. Yay! And I can move on to the next one. So that's it from here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. There's way more stuff coming. For me, it's a time thing. Right now, it's Christmas holidays, so I have time to stay in the shop. So, like this video, share it around. Mind you, it's not a in-depth review. There's not much to review. Like, it comes with this little rubber thing that you can probably replace after a while. But if you keep it clean every time before you use it, you should have no problems. It should last you a while. Like my stepdad had one of these. His is way older, and I don't think he's ever replaced it. So, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.